Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sonic Board podcast for today, which is April 12th, 2015, the year of our Lord. Um, my name is Michael Monks. I am your host. And just before we start, I do want to say a brief word about our sponsors. The Sonic Board podcast is lovingly sponsored by Ray's Fishing Company. That's Ray Fish Co. A bad day fishing beats a good day working.
I was wondering where you were going with that.
So, together with me here, as you might have heard, I'm not the only one in the podcast tonight, as great as that would be.
You're also not the normal host either.
No, that's incorrect. I have been in this role of hosting now for several years. Something went wrong in the middle, but we're back to the glory days. But joining me here tonight is a few other people. We have Stephen Westbury.
No,
Steve, say hello.
You couldn't even get my fucking name right.
What's your name?
My name is not Steven.
Who gives a shit?
Oh, yeah.
So, besides Steve, we have Collin Michael Conway.
Hi.
We have Kenneth Norton. Kenny.
Hi.
Hello, Kenny.
You forgot the third.
Oh,
You
right.
forgot,
Oh,
you forgot Chester.
No, let's back up a bit. We have Kenneth Chester Norton the Third.
You can find his Facebook link in the.
No.
We also have Brendan Hill.
Just fuck my shit up.
He is a man who communicates entirely in internet memes.
Wow, you're one to talk.
Wow. And finally, last but not least, we have Jim Samuel Mann.
Hello.
So, guys, we are gathered here on this fine night to have the most incredible discussion about Holocaust denial.
We're not doing that.
Here we go.
Oh, wait, hold on. That's the other podcasts. Look forward to that in the anime podcast coming up at the end of the season. Got the wire crossed a bit.
Nice promo.
Yeah, no, it'll keep them coming back. But we do have something to talk about in the Nintendo Direct video airing that they presented to us. Was that a week ago?
Yeah, more or less.
More or less.
It was April 1st.
Right, and this one was no joke, despite the date they presented it.
Who writes your material, Funk?
a number of fine, interns. But I didn't actually watch the Nintendo Direct. I have, I caught up on it.
Why do you keep saying it like that?
Saying what, like what?
You're saying direct like direct.
Like directly to you.
I'm saying direct like direct.
You're saying like erect.
I feel like. But so like I was saying, I was not there for this, but I know Steve was, and I think Mule was as well. Who else caught this live?
I did.
You did?
Oh, you caught our live
Great.
posting on the Sonic Board?
What?
You caught our live posting on the Sonic Board?
Yeah, it was like I really had a Twitter feed for those 20 minutes. It was pretty wonderful. So why don't you guys, starting off with Steve, I suppose, pick one thing from it that you're most excited about. We'll get to the others, but just pick one that you really, really are hyped for, and tell us a little bit about it.
Well, so, yeah, I'll skip by what I know fucking Shellblade and Mule want to talk about, and I'll say the thing that actually surprised me the most, and, like, I was expecting nothing from it, is like, the Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem game, which is anime as fuck. And apparently it made a lot of people mad because it's anime as fuck.
Anime 1.
Yeah, but it got me super excited because it was anime as fuck.
Wasn't the last Fire Emblem anime as fuck?
Kind of.
More or less, yeah.
It's fairly restrained, though, I would say.
Yeah, but this is going, like, super heavy J-pop anime.
Yeah, like they have an idol as one of the main characters.
Like,
It's fucking great.
an actual, like, that's their character trait, just idol.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, so are there going to be like actual established characters from these series in this game?
It looks like it because we did spot a guy who had like Chrom's armor in the trailer.
Oh, okay.
I saw like someone did an analysis of the trailer, and there was some Fire Emblem character that they pointed out. But I've never played an actual Fire Emblem game, so I'm not familiar with them all. But I would say it would mostly appear to be
Wow,
that.
now he's interested now that it went full anime.
I've never
Yeah.
played a Fire Emblem game or an SMT
Fire Emblem
game.
has always been full anime.
Hasn't been
you've never played a
full
Fire
anime.
Emblem game, but this is what you're most excited about from the
Yeah,
Fire.
and I've never played an SMT game or a Persona game, so this is my first.
Well,
of
never
all of
played
them.
Persona.
Yeah.
That's
Fuck that.
full anime. That's for faggots.
What's wrong with Persona? They look like fine games.
They're not. They're
They're
not.
They're
They're
not.
not. There's really
Persona
nothing else to
Feels
say.
like if Tumblr made an anime and then like slapped on shitty gameplay to boot.
Well, I mean, it's-
fucking awful.
You're
It's
gonna
an
make a lot
RPG.
of people mad with that.
Fuck those people.
Well, we have Mule's phone number posted in the video description. If you'd like to let him know your response to his comments on Persona, feel free to send him a text message, an SMS text message, or leave a message on his answering machine.
And do not forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe our videos, our channel, our Twitter feed, and our Friendster accounts.
Friendster. No, I was gonna say, like, I love the style that they presented the game in. I love the setting looks cool, the outfits and the characters look cool.
What's the gameplay like?
I have no idea.
Ah,
I
Well,
saw
none of
the
us have
run
any
for a
idea
city.
right now. We
yeah,
haven't-
they
we
didn't
haven't
really show
seen
off
any
much of the gameplay.
so but despite that, you're still excited for it.
Yeah, I mean, when you consider the fact that I had zero expectations for this game or zero interest at all, like when they first announced it, I didn't give a shit. But
Well, when they first announced it, it was over 2 years ago now, right?
yeah, it was over 2 years ago, and they said like almost nothing in between.
They did say nothing after
Well, they
that.
said it was still coming. That's
Yeah.
it. And this is what it turned into. So,
Hmm.
I mean, just based off that trailer, that got me interested where I had zero interest before.
They realized that anime faggotry and waifu faggotry were just like solid business decisions.
So you guys seem to really be harping on the fact that it's quote anime as fuck. Like, is this is a bad thing? Like, why?
no,
why?
no, it's not a bad thing.
It's not to me. I know it's to a lot of people who were. I'm not really sure what people were expecting. I think some people are mad is that it appears to be shifting more towards what Persona is and less of what SMT is.
Mm,
And
my-
I guess there are a lot of hardcore SMT fans who
This-
dislike Persona.
This
My
just
only-
sounds like V shit posting to me.
Probably, but
My only perception of SMT fans is that they absolutely loathe Persona and Persona fans. So.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
the problem is Persona kind of went and co-opted the entire series because it got so popular.
Right.
Yeah.
With a certain crowd.
It's like when white people started rapping.
Well, I mean, that was justified.
Oh yeah. Care to shed a little more on that?
Well, we already skipped over the Holocaust denial thing, so I'll spare you.
Right. No. Right. We planned the race discussion also for the anime podcast. I haven't hosted in a while. I keep.
get your shit
I'm not
together,
used
folks.
to get all the topics jumbled. But anyway, so Steve, you were pretty hype on Fire Emblem / SMT despite seeing nothing about the gameplay. So that makes complete logical sense. Mule, what were you excited about?
200cc Moo Moo Meadows.
That actually surprises me.
Please.
Not
For
that I
anybody-
disagree with you, but
For anybody not in the know, anybody who hasn't seen this Nintendo Direct, which is myself included, Mule is referring to the DLC for Super Mario Kart 8, the latest Mario Kart game on the
Super Mario Kart.
the Nintendo Wii U. Did they announce any new tracks, or is it just the 200cc mode?
I mean, does it matter? We're only gonna play Moo Moo Meadows.
well,
I mean,
so-
they
that's true.
showed off the new Animal Crossing track, and there are also gonna be 7 other tracks that come with the DLC. But the 200cc is just like an update that comes for free.
Yeah, so if you don't know kart racing, you're not a kart racing enthusiast like Kenny. CC is a type of engine class, and 200cc engines go faster. So if you liked Mario Kart, but you didn't have enough fast in your game, well, now's your chance.
What does CC stand for?
Well, CC stands for carbon copy. It's when you need to send a notice of something to somebody else. They need to be made aware. Anyway, I am not actually excited for this. I think Mario Kart never really needed really in-depth racing mechanics. Like now you can't go full speed all the time. You really have to break into turns and whatnot. It's more like simulation-y, which doesn't.
It's not really like that at all. But
Funk is fine just chugging along at 50cc.
Artificial speed.
He likes it comfy.
There's nothing comfy about going fast.
As long as Funk has his cat car, he'll be fine.
So I mean, basically, what's happening though is that eventually it's just gonna get so fast it's just gonna replace F-Zero, right?
I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
At this
F-Zero's
point-
fucking dead.
why
so
do you
might
need
as
to
well.
replace something that's dead?
I mean, that's how the human race kind of propagates, right?
What would you guys, because there is an F-Zero track in Mario Kart, what would you guys like the other crossover track to be for this new DLC? Because we already have the Villager one, the Animal Crossing one.
I want a Pokemon track.
No, that's
Yes,
stupid.
I want a Pokemon track.
I want
They
a
should
track.
they should do a Super Mario track.
Every track is the Super Mario track.
No, it's a Mario Kart track.
What about
Right.
Star Fox?
No,
That
that's
actually
also.
seems logical with the new.
What is Star Fox?
Star Fox is a classic rail shooter series
That
that
stars
really
Crystal.
only has 2 rail shooter games in the series.
So,
Real
so can
I'm gonna plant my flag. Star Fox 64 was a bad game.
You're a bad person.
Here we go. Here we
so
go.
You're a
Rail
bad.
shooters are not fun.
Excuse me?
Rail shooters are not fun.
Why
so
would
for
you?
our audience, if you'd like to hear Funk's phone number, come to this time code. Or,
You're not the host, Mule. Shut up.
Yeah, you can't add time codes. Only I, and to a lesser extent Steve, because he makes the video, can add time codes.
And
Steve
does
will add
everything
time
but
code?
pretend to be the host.
What?
What?
It's a real choice verb you have there, sir. But yeah, it's like someone mentioned they're making a new Star Fox, and it's like, why would you get hyped for that? I have no fucking idea.
Because
Like, Star Fox-
this one's actually going to be made by Nintendo, unlike every other Star Fox game for the last almost 20 years.
Yeah, but they made 60. It's like, it takes a lot to put the player in a spaceship fighting aliens in other spaceships and just make it boring.
But Star Fox 64 isn't boring.
Yeah,
But
Star
it-
Fox 64 was fun.
Quite a kinetic game. There are some nice set pieces as well.
I don't know. I always just feel
Certainly
constrained
knows
by
how to
the game.
keep things varied between levels as well.
Funk just doesn't like space.
I don't like
The level
space.
introduces new challenges for you as the player face inside of your
Are you
car.
having a stroke? Do we call somebody?
No, don't call anybody.
Quite. Steve, too, only communicates in memes.
I learned from the master.
It's a virus spreading amongst us.
The memester supremester.
Wow, speaking of memes, Shellblade, what are you excited about from the Nintendo Direct?
Can we just cut through the bullshit and talk about the Smash Brothers character vote?
I mean, no
No,
one really cares though, Steve.
We haven't gotten to what I'm excited about, so let's Shellblade go, and we'll go like normal, okay?
Well, I was going to bring up the Shin Megami Tensei X Fire Emblem, but I guess Steve just beat me to the punch there. So
just a little bit.
yeah,
it's like you guys were at the prom and you were both thirsty, and you both ran to the refreshment table, but Steve got there first, so he beat you to the
I thought it
punch.
was a different kind of thirsty. Was that the
I
point?
thought
Was
it
that the
was
point
like,
of
how
that?
much we're gonna make like a dress comparison, like him and I are in the same dress, and I said, well, one of us is gonna have to change.
Except that's you, because you won second.
But Splatoon still looking pretty fun right now. They showed off the Amiibos for Splatoon, and obviously the girl was the most popular one.
I
Even though
have it pre-ordered on Amazon.
I'm going to
as we
be
speak.
I'm going to be the only person in our group that's going to be playing as the boy. I'm betting.
Wow.
Why would you do
Yeah.
that?
Do you not want to be a little?
I know Dillo will, because you can give them dreads and stuff.
Wow.
Yo, okay, all right. Enough stereotyping, please. Dillo, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to hear that.
Yo,
I'm
let's
sorry,
go to the
you're
anime
old.
podcast.
That's fucking racist.
We start the podcast with Holocaust denial, and
No,
then
we didn't. That was scrubbed for the
to-
Are you
record.
implying that black people deny the Holocaust?
That's pretty fucked up, isn't it?
Yeah, in it.
So,
So Amiibos.
the green squid, got to be packaged in Europe with the game for like a special edition type thing. But here in the States, you have to get the green squid in a package with the girl and the boy squid, which
Wait,
is a crock of shit.
Is the green
Because
squid like
if
an
there
actual
was
squid?
one of those Amiibos, if there was
Is it like
any
a
of those-
trans squid? I don't get it.
It's like what do you mean?
It's like the squid.
It's like the squid that they turn into.
It's not a squid.
Oh, it's a proper squid then.
It's a
not
proper
not
squid,
an
only a
ecommercial
cartoon, so it's not actually a proper squid. If it were a real squid, it'd be kind of gross to look at. So,
Right,
So-
but they're squidding around.
yes.
I mean, I know you guys have seen that porn, right? Where the Japanese women put the squids.
Where did they put the squids, Dio?
You can imagine which orifices.
Are we in like
Wait,
the
are they fried
1500s
squid
right
or-
now? Because I'm pretty sure everyone all the way back to the 1500s has seen that pornography
I haven't.
Yeah.
with the
You
squids.
haven't?
No, go to this time code for the squid
Well,
pornography.
no. See, this is why I brought it up because it's really good,
Is it?
and I like revisiting it every once in a while.
I mean, I'm not really like, I don't know. I'm just thinking of like these hairy vaginas with like squid oil, and it's like,
Squid oil.
the squids are oily.
They're
Plus,
inky.
squids have beaks, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
much like
Why
birds
would you
or people.
put that anywhere near any orifice?
Like a sarlacc?
Wait, is the squid alive?
Wait,
I think so.
Steve, do Starlux have beaks?
Yeah, they do.
Well, when you think about it, a squid's head is roughly shaped like a penis.
Well, I mean, now we're opening up a whole other can of worms because the sarlacc, you know.
They didn't have beaks in the original versions, but then they added them later.
wait,
So-
there's
Is that
multiple
canon?
sarlaccs?
It is canon that they have beaks. In the original version, they were just like pits with a mouth.
Wait, so I always thought the Sarlacc pit was like a unique entity, like, oh, it's the Sarlacc pit, but it's just like something that just happens.
No, they're like
What?
they're like life forms.
Yeah, how else?
I mean, I mean, it's a lot less fantastical if there's just a whole planet of Sarlacc pits.
There's
It's
not
like,
a whole planet of them.
but they're littered around the planet. It's like there's not a whole planet of pandas because they're all dead, but there's still a
How
few
did they get
running
there?
around.
How do sarlacc pits have sex?
They
I'm
probably...
so glad I'm a part of this podcast.
Kenny, how do starlight pits reproduce?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Do they reproduce through like
Starlike
spores?
pits.
Are they like
the thing that Boba Fett fell into in Return of the Jedi?
Oh. Yeah, I don't know.
And then he escaped from before it was rendered non-canon.
I need,
Yeah.
I need to consult the tapes because I don't remember exactly what it looks like, short of just being a hole.
It's
It had like a beak popping out, and it had those tentacles that he grabbed onto like fucking Han Solo's leg with.
Oh, poor Han. Did he live?
now
He did.
now when Disney releases inevitably another edition of the original trilogy, is the beak gonna be there?
Yes,
Are we
Well-
sure?
yes, because they just released the movies digitally.
Again?
Yeah.
No, for the first time.
Well,
Did
they
you
released
download
them
those,
again.
Steve?
Just when? Just now? Just
Yeah,
right
like last week.
last week, and it was what version of the movies?
It's the Blu-ray version
Oh, why would they do that?
because they're the official versions.
Well, here's the thing. Like, why would people pay $90 for these movies digitally?
It's $90.
It's $90.
I could get it for free on a torrent site.
But Funk, that's illegal.
Oh, right. Oh, cut that out. Edit that out.
Cut that out.
Delete this.
Yeah, okay, now we're gonna go back to the. Okay, we're back in the pot. Anyway,
So anyway, Squid Girls.
yes.
What I'm
Wait,
getting
you can't
here
just say Squid
is
Girl
that
like
if
that.
there was any one of those Amiibos that I wanted, it was the green squid. And
Really? You don't want the cute squid girl?
no, why the fuck would I want that in my room? That's like pussy repellent.
Wow.
Technically, they're all
Wow.
pussy repellent, but like,
Wait. Which part are you gonna hot glue the green squid?
It's got its own glue included.
Ew. Comes with semen? Steve,
are we gonna hot paint that one?
well,
oh,
to get away from the loot a bit, I'm actually also pretty excited about an amiibo, but not the Splatoon amiibo, the Yoshi amiibo that they were talking about. That's made of
That's
quote
disgusting.
actual yarn.
Haha.
Oh yeah.
Whole world.
DL, we all know you love Yoshi more than anyone in this podcast.
I don't know how this meme started.
You perpetuated it by using that Yoshi icon.
Yeah, it was a joke.
And then you
It
kept
was a
it.
joke.
You kept it for longer than you should have.
So
I didn't feel like changing it.
for people not in the know, I want you right now, loyal viewer, to go to Google image search. You can pause this video audio file.
It's not a video, it's an audio file.
Thank you, Kenny. And come back after you've done this for me. I want you to Google Yoshi. Perhaps Yoshi the dinosaur. I don't know what his full title is. But look at any official Nintendo rendered image of Yoshi and ask yourself if he's not trying to be sexy in it. Because literally everyone is just shaking his ass or throwing it out there.
It's always an ass shot.
Yeah, it's like, calm the fuck down.
Always
Someone
looking at his
someone
ass.
really knows.
So, yeah.
He's got a
And-
thick ass too.
Yeah, and that's so. Brendan
This is
killed-
how people make misconceptions, DL.
No, Steve, just
Especially when
edit
you
it
get
out.
quoted out of context later on.
It just makes me feel uncomfortable. That's all I'm saying.
That's
Yoshi's
the opposite
ass.
of comfy.
I mean, in what way does it make you feel uncomfortable, DL?
It makes me feel
You
like
feel like
I feel like a bunch of furries are running their greasy fingers through my hair when I look at official Nintendo renders of Yoshi.
so. I think I can explain this. So Super Mario World, Super Mario Galaxy, Mario Sunshine, games that feature Yoshi, feature Mario vis-a-vis the player riding Yoshi. Now, if
This
we're
is
to
a
take that
fantasy for some
verb,
people.
if we're to take that verb in a more sensual context,
Yes.
well, so riding. I can't tie it together. This is falling apart right before my eyes.
Truly the Freud of our time.
Whatever you do, you have to cap it off with a haha.
Ha ha ha.
Nervous laughter.
Did I do it?
Just for laughs.
Oh, right. Yeah, I wonder what it smells like.
Anyway,
Is there anything else worth talking about from this Nintendo Direct online
Yes,
we put it
presentation?
There
off
is.
long enough. But
I mean, not
So-
There
really.
is.
Well, hold on, wait, guys. I think between us, there's clearly a consensus that there is something to talk about, but you all seem to have different ideas. Perhaps we could take a vote on what we wanted to talk about.
beautiful segue.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So
You never asked me what I was excited for.
You didn't watch the Direct.
Yeah, but I have the fucking list. You said what you were excited for. You didn't watch it.
Kenny, what are you excited for from Nintendo Direct?
If
Fuck
you see
me, dude.
Yoshi's Woolly World, I swear to God.
What is
DL,
it? What is it?
what are you most excited for from the Nintendo Direct?
Fatal Frame.
oh
That's
yeah,
that's
that.
a good choice.
And also Puzzle and
Also?
Dragons.
What?
Puzzle and Dragons.
What?
Puzzle and ampersand.
Now, are you more excited for the puzzles or the dragons?
Listen,
Fuck
I
that.
know- none of you casuals have
imagine
played
Puzzle
this.
and Dragons.
thanks.
Is this
I'm
like a
mad.
mobile game?
Yeah,
It was.
So
And-
is Fatal Frame 5 going to be dubbed?
it better not be.
And
If
if
it is, I will
so-
kill myself.
If so, can I get some of everyone's favorite dubbing voice actresses for everyone here in this podcast? Like, I don't know, like When
Crispin
we-
Freeman,
uh
Yuri Lowenthilid.
Wendy Lee.
Christina
get-
V.
can we get Steve Bloom there as one of the Japanese schoolgirls?
Who are these people?
Steve Bloom is Tom from Toonami.
Oh, okay. Who gives? Oh,
You
wow.
also might know him as Zabuza from Naruto.
Is he gonna voice Boruto?
It's Bolt.
It's
Bolt.
Boruto.
It's Bolt. I swear, when they dub it, they're gonna make it Bolt.
It's Boruto.
No, they're not gonna make it Bolt because they have to have that. They're gonna make it Weebish.
They have to
No.
have symmetry.
But it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be
It's
like
poetry.
fun. Because
Right.
like Neji's name means screw. What do I? Okay, I'm sorry.
You're getting too deep into the Naruto shit here, Shellblade.
Yeah, I know. I'm revealing. I'm revealing a very unfortunate power level right now.
Yeah, if you're like an 11-year-old boy or whatever and want to talk about Naruto, here's Shellblade's email address in the video description.
So DL,
Yeah,
is this Fatal Frame the one that has Ayane in it?
I have no fucking idea.
Because there was one of them they put Ayane from Dead or Alive in it, and I think it was this one, but I'm not entirely
Aren't they
sure.
all just screaming schoolgirls?
Oh yeah, no, it's gotta be this one then.
Is this the one that's dangerously lewd?
It's the one that's dangerously wet.
I mean, all of them are pretty
Is it
dangerously
dangerously
lewd,
choosy?
I mean, I prefer like safely lewd. Comfy
I don't think you
lewd.
do.
but
What?
comfy lewd.
Comfy lewd. It's like an
Comfy Lewd is the
interlude.
best lewd.
What is the gameplay of Fatal Frame though? I know it's like a horror game.
It's like Pokemon Snap.
I don't know if that's actually.
I mean, yeah, kind of. Actually, it's sort of like you walk around like Resident Evil style, fixed camera angles and stuff, and you got to take pictures of ghosts to kill them.
just like real life.
It's for being a horror game. It is as you might put it, Funk, pretty comfy.
Is it?
Kind of.
I
I
say
mean,
that-
it wouldn't be for you.
What do you mean? Why not?
Well, because you get scared of shit like that Kojima game.
Whoa. Are we implying that PT wasn't terrifying?
I mean, when like the door opens and you have to pause the game for like
Yeah, you
30
couldn't even
seconds.
open a fucking door.
It was creepy. Kenny can back me up.
What the hell did I miss?
Funk played
Kenny.
PT.
I played
and
PT.
Proceeded to get the shit scared out of him for some reason.
I do not know what that is.
It's
It's
a
the
playable
teaser.
trailer.
This is the new Silent Hill game, Mule.
Oh,
But I played the demo of it, which was released several months ago because I'm way behind the times, and it was just terrifying. And I don't know, something would happen, and I'd like hide behind a corner and peek out for like 10 minutes. But I mean, horror games are more fun when you're scared, even if you can't actually finish them.
I don't think it counts if you can't actually finish them.
And he wasn't even playing with the lights off.
So, look, I wanted to be scared. I didn't want to have a heart attack.
Just a soft attack.
I can't. Wow, I really enjoyed that joke. Well done.
Thanks.
Well done.
Well done.
So, I'm kind of thrown a bit out of my groove here because I made such a stellar segue earlier, and then
You did, so...
somebody who shall remain nameless, but wasn't Kenny, Steve, Collin, Jim, myself.
That's not my name. That's my slave name.
Somebody wasn't any of the listed people interrupted me. I was going to ask, rather bring up the Smash Brothers voting character ballot,
And this is where Omega closes the window.
where you, the people, can rock the vote.
This is where
This
Shellblade
is
makes his
2004.
case for Banjo.
No! Shut the fuck up.
So I do want to ask, does anybody care?
Fuck no.
Yeah, I was like totally over this stupid Smash Brothers roster shit when the game came out, and then they just reinvigorated the whole thing. It's like
I mean, the only way I would care is if Sakurai stopped bitching about everything.
What is he bitching about?
Like, if I have to hear one more thing about how hard it was to make this game.
dude, his hands are falling apart.
Have you ever made a game?
I
Like-
do hate when people pull that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially
you don't
Sakurai.
need to make a game to understand how to make a game.
Oh, I mean, you do get certain insights by making a game.
Yes,
The
but
the theory behind what makes an enjoyable game, you can kind of glean from playing a lot of games.
Yo,
Yeah.
quick aside, whenever anybody describes that kind of like game design, whatever, as game theory, I just want to hang myself. Because not the correct usage of that term. Anyway. So that strikes a chord with me though, because Steve, I believe, wanted to talk about this, but none of us seem to actually have it.
Well, it's just one of those things. I think
care.
it makes for good discussion.
I think everyone just say who you voted for.
I voted for Knuckles, unironically.
Knuckles.
I voted for Snake.
Much like the United States presidential election, I did not vote.
Good call.
Then you
I
can't
voted.
complain, Funk.
I voted Wonder Red.
You
Hashtag
would.
Wonder Red for Smash.
Why is it a hashtag? Why
Because
not
there's
just
groundswell on Twitter, Funk.
Wow.
Groundswell.
Everyone who's popular has their own hashtag right now. Obviously, the most popular character worldwide right now is K. Rool.
You say that, but I don't believe it.
No,
I just
Japan,
think that's
right?
like V.
Even in Japan, K. Rool is really popular.
I don't even think the Donkey Kong games are that popular in Japan.
No, they're pretty popular
Also,
there.
K. Rool was like 20 years ago.
I
It's not even
mean,
relevant anymore.
K. Rool is that if he were added, he'd be a very unique case because he hasn't even. Because it's not like he has retro appeal like Ice Climbers or Pit did when they were included. And it's not like, it's like when Ness was added, it was right on the cusp of what was going to be Earthbound 64, or like Sheik and Ike, who were added just not that long after their own games or games that they appeared in were out. It's just like K. Rool has been off the map for so long in his own franchise.
For good reason. He's not that interesting.
He's not that interesting. He doesn't really do much to differentiate himself from someone like Bowser.
Not only that, but they reinvent him for every game.
Yes.
It's not just K. Rool.
They know he's boring.
It's dumb.
He's got that.
I don't think there is a Nintendo character with worse artistic design than K. Rool. It is the ugliest thing I've ever fucking seen. And if I have to look at that big fat faggot on the character select screen, I will fucking never play Super Smash Bros. Again.
Look, I wouldn't
that,
mind.
Sakurai?
In truth, I wouldn't mind at all if K. Rool got in, but even if he's number one on that poll, and by the way, it doesn't fucking matter who's number one on that poll.
yeah.
But even if he's number one, I don't see him happening. If he does, then fine. I'd welcome K. Rool with open arms. Good for K. Rool. Maybe he'll finally get to be a villain again in an actual DK game. But as it stands, they're going to look at maybe the top 25 of that poll, and then they'll pick who they like. Because all the votes in the world are not going to sway Sakurai's opinion, and Sakurai still has the final say on who gets in. All these votes are not going to sway Sakurai's opinion more than who he sits down for lunch with. That's the most important factor. Some guy just bringing it up. Hey, man, what about this character?
So what you're saying is we need to schedule lunch with Sakurai?
That's exactly it. If you want to get Knuckles or Snake or whoever the fuck you want, or fucking Banjo-Kazooie, which is never, ever happening.
It could happen, actually.
Look at me. Look at me. Imagine my face.
I can't look at you. You're over the internet.
Imagine my face right now. I will turn on the FaceTime thing.
I'm imagining a dragon right now.
Never, ever. Okay?
Okay.
I think Banjo has a better shot than Bayonetta.
No one even brought up Bayonetta.
I brought up Bayonetta.
I really don't want Bayonetta in this game.
Well, I mean,
You have like this weird thing about Bayonetta, deal.
they could make her like if they wanted to do
understand.
something lazy, which is not surprising because they put in Lucas. They could just make her a clone of Zero Suit Samus pretty easily.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, like even if she weren't a clone of Zero Suit Samus, I don't think she would be interesting to play as.
I mean, you could say, that's what I thought about Snake before I played as Snake.
Yeah, but Snake is Snake.
What does that even mean?
I mean,
He's Snake.
DL just
He's
wants
fucking
to,
Snake.
DL just wants to stare at his ass some more. In HD, no less.
He does have a nice ass.
The problem with like preemptively
You know-
deciding like, whether a character is gonna be fun or not is like it's impossible to tell like a moveset based on like what character they choose, since like fucking Ice Climbers never had any moves to speak of, and like they had a slot in Smash for like 2 games. So like I don't think it's necessarily a good idea to like just assume something off of that, but either
Yeah,
way, Bayonetta has like
Concept
0
potential
fucking
doesn't mean
shot.
anything.
You know what? None of this really matters. The real question is, who does Kenny want in Smash Brothers?
Kenny, who do you want in
Is it
Smash?
I
Chef?
don't give a flying fuck. Just move
You have
on.
to choose one.
You can just say Master Chief.
Halo Man.
Okay, Master Chief. We're done.
All right.
What would
So
his talents be?
I do want to.
Would he get on his knees and say "Ma Cortana" for a taunt?
But before we cap off this topic, I want to add that if you are one of the people on V, NeoGAF, IGN, GameFAQs.com, any number of gaming forums and discussion groups, and you are a member of that, and you're constantly talking about who you want to have in Smash Brothers as if your opinion matters, you can call 1-800-273-8255. That is the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. I implore you to get your life together.
Is that the actual number? Did you look that up?
I did.
I'm gonna have to check that number. I
you
don't
gonna,
want people calling some sex hotline.
Oh, you think someone's gonna listen to this?
And just be like, wow, I really don't have my life together. I mean, they are listening to this, so.
Steve has the integrity of the podcast to think about.
Anyway.
Oh my god. So Shellblade, earlier you were talking about the squid amiibo.
Yes.
I have in my notes here that there's something called the Shellblade Amiibo Adventure. I don't really know what that is. Have you and Amiibos been getting intimate lately?
We
Like,
have, yes.
Oh,
I've been
yeah?
in bed with Amiibos, and I never ever want to do that again. Because as soon as Amiibos were announced, the one Amiibo that piqued my interest, the one that I actually wanted, was Ness.
Mhm.
Ness was the only one I ever wanted out of these. And obviously there are ones that I see and I think, okay, I kind of like that one. And I've bought a few. I've got like Toon Link because I like the look of that. And then my faggot friend convinced me to get Sonic because he told me it was going to be rare, and then it wasn't.
That happened to me with fucking Diddy Kong.
Well, Steve, you actually have one of the rarest Amiibos in Little Mac.
I do, yeah. I found him, I went into Toys R Us and I found him at, the bottom of a bin.
Damn. Okay, well, and you also have Rosalina.
Yes. Which
So
I
another
had to
one.
fucking order from Amazon Germany.
Not as rare as Little Mac, but still pretty rare.
And,
But
in fucking Germany, you can just walk into a store and get any of them.
yeah, but from the start, Ness was the only one I really wanted, and when I heard that pre-orders were going to happen the next day after that direct. By the way, terrible planning on their part. I go in, and Ness is exclusive to GameStop, and the exclusive ones are probably some of the hardest ones to get. Because, Rosalina gone, Shulk gone.
Shulk was the worst. They massively undershipped Shulk.
Yeah. So I knew that it was today or never for Ness.
You had that feeling at the base of your spine.
Unless you wanted to pay quadruple the price to a scalper.
Yeah, exactly. Which I was never going to do because this shit is cheap plastic and it's not worth that much. So I'm a little unfamiliar with the Amiibo game. The Amiibo game be ridiculous though.
Okay.
Because I walk in there and I am second in line, and the GameStop clerk did not even know.
Was this the morning?
What?
Was this the morning? Like what time
This
of day?
was noon. This was noon when they were opening up pre-orders.
Okay.
And the clerk didn't even know until that morning that they were going to get they were doing Nest pre-orders that day, or pre-orders for all the Amiibos. And if you must know, Jigglypuff went up at 2 a.m. 10 hours before.
Jigglypuff is a Target exclusive. I think.
Jigglypuff is a Target exclusive and was gone in 3 minutes. So I figured I'd have much better luck going in store and pre-ordering there.
You made the right call, by the way.
Yes, I did. I definitely made the right call because there were so many people online at once waiting to scalp as many amiibos. Like Robin and Lucina were both there that day as well, and they were gone in all those other stores. And GameStop and Amazon. People are still waiting on Amazon North America pre-orders, by the way. GameStop was pretty much the only one left for pre-orders, and so. So they have everyone there online at once, and then they have all the employees going through like their little special Snowflake employee page to do the in-store pre-orders. So the GameStop servers are shot to shit. They are moving slower than molasses right now.
Okay.
And, and so they shut down the GameStop website for everyone publicly except for the employees to make things go faster. But still, every GameStop employee in North America is still trying to access the website at once, which means it's still moving incredibly slow. So after about an hour and 20 minutes, I am at the front of the line, and I was second in line. And I figure while I'm there, I may as well get some of the other rare ones, like Robin and Lucina. So I'm going to check out with Ness, Robin, Lucina, and then maybe get Charizard for my friend. So he loads Ness into my cart first, my digital cart. And I'm in between 15-minute loading screens for each page, because he has to add each amiibo in there individually.
Right.
And he's in the process of adding Robin and Lucina, but in the middle of loading screens, they're gone. Like all the Robin and Lucina pre-orders have been taken up, but Ness hasn't been taken up yet, and that's because Robin and Lucina, they were spread out. Their supply was spread out throughout retailers across North America, whereas Ness was exclusive. All of his supply was at GameStop, so he didn't run out as fast as at GameStop. In fact, Wario ran out faster at GameStop than Ness did. So I was able to get out of there with Ness, but I did not pre-order Charizard because when I lost Robin and Lucina, I figured I might not have that much time left. I didn't know that I still would, but at the time I was like, man, fuck Charizard. I gotta get out of here. So I made it out with Ness, and I immediately looked up on Amazon. There are people selling their Ness pre-orders for like $100. So
Jesus.
Aren't amiibos fun?
Truly-
Amiibos
truly
are
the
fucking
Moby Dick of
terrible,
our
and I
time.
will never ever do that again until Palutena comes out.
What are you gonna do if you can't get Palutena?
Nothing, because I'm not going to get that
Germany?
banana shape about it because they're just fucking plastic anyway.
But it's your
If you
wife.
told me years ago, whenever they announced this, that we would be sitting here talking about plastic toys, I would not believe you.
I mean, that's the like. Amiibos are pretty unique. The great thing about them relative to the other Nintendo products is that, as opposed to like your consoles and stuff, they're not bound to your home. You can kind of take them with you.
I mean,
And actually, in relation to that, there's been some groundswell, Steve, about Nintendo entering the mobile market.
Wow.
I'm glad you got on the groundswell bandwagon, Funk. It's the future.
It is. You gotta get it on the ground floor.
Nice segue, by the way.
Thank you. Would you like to tell us a little more about that, Steve?
Oh, Nintendo going mobile?
Yes.
Okay, so back a little while ago, they had this press conference in Japan. Just one night, just showed up. Nintendo's having a press conference in like a few hours with this Japanese mobile company called DNA, DENA, and people were like, "What the hell is this?" And finally, it comes out when they do the press conference that they are, in fact, after much digging in their heels and refusing to go this route, for justified reasons, I might add, they finally have conceded that they do have to make mobile games. So they partnered up with this company, DNA, to essentially make mobile games of their existing IPs.
What were these justified reasons?
Well,
money.
yeah, because obviously supporting the mobile platform in some way does devalue the fact that they sell their own hardware. So, if you're selling these mobile games on devices people already have, why are they going to buy your hardware?
Right.
So that's the balancing act they've had to do. And I think in terms of them doing this, I wish they hadn't gone this way, but this is probably the best way they could have done it, where they're obviously still going to make hardware. In fact, during that same press conference, they announced their next hardware, which is codename NX. But they're going to have this other company handle their mobile stuff. The mobile games are going to be exclusive to like phones. They're not going to appear on any of Nintendo's handhelds. So they're not necessarily going to be in direct competition. And they're going to be stuff that's specifically made for mobile, like made for that kind of platform. So probably a lot of
Mario jumpers.
Yeah, probably a lot of that free-to-play shit with microtransactions, which really fucking sucks, but until the bubble bursts, that's just the way it's going to be. So, I mean, I don't have any plans to buy any of these games, but it makes their fucking shareholders happy. It'll probably make them a shit ton of money, and as long as they're still making hardware, I could really care less.
This is how it starts,
You mean
though.
you could not?
Shut up, Shellblade. Go ahead, Funk.
I was gonna say this is how it starts. First, it's just like, we'll just make the shareholders happy, and then it's like the shareholders are wondering why we're even bothering with this other stuff, and it's like, well, we just got to make the shareholders happy, so let's just stop making hardware, and like, and eventually it's like
slippery slopes.
Yeah, but I think there's always going to be, and even if it becomes like a niche market, I think there's always going to be a market for a dedicated handheld that plays video games. They're never gonna make another Nintendo DS again, but they can still carve out a market where they can be profitable, and the 3DS is very profitable for them. It's just not as good as the DS was, and we're kind of that was the kind of the ceiling of the market. We're never getting back there, but I still think they can make their own handheld, or if they want to make some kind of hybrid handheld console, which I think is where they're going eventually. Not necessarily the next system, but at some point.
what, like an N-Gage?
not the phone that swallowed a Game Boy, no. But
Swallow something.
But like a handheld that like you just connect with an HDMI cable to your TV and just play it off that in like 1080p and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
But
yeah, that's pretty much where they're at.
Well, I was going to say you mentioned something interesting before, shockingly. That
What the hell's that supposed to be?
He's just using this for a segue anyway.
No, I'm not. That Steve said that console gaming would exist if only at a niche, it'd be a niche thing, and that almost seems preferable to where it is right now. Like the more that I think about it, I don't know. It seems like I guess gaming in general would benefit from just being niche. The less, there'd be less like $1 million advertising budgets and all that stuff.
I mean, I don't think consoles
basically
are...
what you're saying is I'm a secret club.
I mean, so there's always a lot of like, people say that pejoratively, but I don't know. A lot of communities are better when they're smaller. Like
that is true. That is true.
Yeah, I have to agree with Funk.
I don't see that like secret club thing as being like such a negative. It's like, what's wrong with wanting that? Like, not everything has to involve everybody.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, look at what happened to Toho over the span of like 5 years.
I don't actually know what happened to Toho over the span of 5 years.
Well, I mean, it got mainstream.
And what happened? Like, what changed over the Toho course?
You can probably imagine.
I want you to tell me.
He's talking about the secondaries.
Yes, the secondaries.
What does that mean?
Well, I mean, it's people who never played the games proper, but...
Well, no, I'm not... Okay, so you have mentioned... Okay, well, for the audience, now that I remember, I can explain it. People.
I mean, this was just an example. I'm not trying to, like...
We're getting into this. So secondaries are people who've never played Toho but latch onto the fandom for whatever reason, like the art or the characters or whatever. But what I was asking you, since you brought up Toho as an example, is what has actually changed within Toho? Like
in the community?
No, in the product itself. The game.
Well, no, we were talking about the community.
Well, yes, but it also, I mean, on a grander scale, I suppose, but in reference to gaming, the gaming becoming more inclusive has had an effect on the games themselves. Whereas I was curious if the Toho games have also had a change since all these secondaries.
Well,
started.
no, I mean nothing can happen to the actual games because the guy who makes them doesn't give a shit.
All right, so I mean, I suppose that's a rather poor example.
Well, no, I think it's just his frustration with the fan base of which he's a part of.
Say it loud. You're a Toho. You're part of the Toho fan base.
Loud and proud. I don't think he
Part of
wants
the problem.
Go on. Say it. You and Frank somewhere is also shouting it.
Well, no, it's a poor example. So
I'm sorry. Do you want a hug?
I mean, there's nothing I can do.
Don't say that, deal. There's plenty you can do.
DL and I will make up later, sensually.
I mean, I've
But-
tried.
What?
What?
Excuse me?
Nothing.
No, carry on. For our audience.
What do you think, Kenny?
Do you think we're gonna be able to make up?
It's up to you two.
Well, so I can understand DL's frustration a bit. The term colloquially used, I suppose, would be thirsty because he's not going to get we're not going to be able to make up maritally until the fall.
Really? What's
Yes.
happening in the fall?
Well, it's quite interesting that you'd ask about what is happening in the fall of this year. The more I think about it, I don't even know why we're talking about this.
Because
But
it's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why we're talking about it either.
yeah, it's kind of like
We find it interesting.
It would
Well,
be interesting, after the fact.
You're going to fucking Japan and you don't That's not interesting at all.
Oh, I mean, it's like this isn't Funkin' DL's personal vlog.
I mean,
In a
is
way, it's
basically your
all our
opinion.
personal vlogs.
Vlogs. I mean, but, I don't think Omega wants to hear about this.
Poor Omega.
I mean, I think Omega wants to hear.
Omega
about it.
wants to hear about anything and everything we have to say.
Omega, I think he's like otherworldly in a way. Like his knowledge transcends what a regular person should know.
I'll be honest,
Is everything
Sometimes I
encapsulates.
think like Omega's like actually just one of us in disguise because like he's just so fucking spot on with everything.
That would not actually surprise me.
He's just an observer.
DL,
Yeah.
I want you to make a video and be like, hey guys, another video for the DL and Funkin' Japan playlist.
We will do that.
Please do
So
that.
why don't you tell the audience why you're going to Japan?
Yeah, DL, why are you going to Japan?
To slay that Japanese pussy.
And I'm going to be the ultimate wingman. That is my goal.
You were gonna make so many hearts go Doki Doki, man.
We're gonna get so many hearts wet. Not even.
You
Not
keep
even
going
real.
back to that well.
That well runs deep, much like my dong.
DL, can
Damn
you
it.
confirm this?
I wouldn't want to say anything in this public YouTube video.
In this public forum.
I appreciate that. No one has to know how small my penis is.
So what are you gonna do in Japan?
Well, we're both going as part of different study abroad programs. Like that's the actual reason.
How many broads are you gonna study?
Is that the only reason you wanted us to talk about this?
I didn't know you were gonna say abroad.
I have to regain my composure, but that pun was too good. But I don't know about DL. I don't have any concrete plans of things I want to do in Japan. Do they even have things over there?
Well, I think we're just gonna wing it,
Are you gonna be too late for the festivals?
like the penis festival. Yeah.
Well, I mean that just happened, so
We're gonna miss the Penis Festival. Penis Festival in April.
I mean, your penis festival in April. Sorry, I had to do
I
it.
fucking hate all of you. I should just leave right
we
fucking
know,
now.
Kenny.
Wait. Okay, so I'm on the Weeb dashboard or whatever, and I see Omega's me just kind of hanging out in the corner, and a little speech bubble pops up of a picture he drew,
Okay.
and it just says Mikey with a big circle around it and a line through it.
Yep.
Oh boy. Omega's the unsung hero of the world. One day, aliens are gonna invade, or there's gonna be some kind of seismic rupture, and something will crawl out of it, and Omega will be there to save the day.
Well, no, Omega's just gonna transcend with them.
Like the
He'll
end
be
of
like he'll be like, you finally come.
So I have a suggestion for you guys when you go to Japan.
What's that?
You can go visit Poison Gas Factory Island. I mean Bunny Island.
I mean, I would be down with that.
Oh no, I'd be down too, but that reminds me, we did have one concrete plan, and that was to visit that forest.
The
Everybody killed
Suicide
themselves.
Forest?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have to go to the Suicide Forest.
Go fight the ghosts in the Suicide Forest.
We can bring like a noose and take novelty pictures with it.
Novelty.
Yeah, it's like, you put it around your neck and just kind of hold it up and be like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Or we
someone
could just bring a noose and kill ourselves.
we need to bring two nooses.
You'd have a good story for the other ghosts.
Is noose plural nieces?
No.
You
I mean, I could bring some nieces.
Is
You-
it niece?
Like
Can we
the
bring-
city in Italy?
Wow, is that where you go? It's the first place.
I'm pretty sure it's in France, though. I can't
How
remember.
many niece will you need in order to hang two people?
Well, I would say two, but the L's like a giant 1.5 person, so we might.
1.5 person.
Wow.
How
You're
long?
tall.
How long of a niece do you need? Of the niece, do the niece need to be?
Well, the thing is,
Yes.
we don't have enough information. In addition,
This sounds like a fucking Dr. Seuss book.
we need to know the height of the trees off the ground. But I was telling DL, actually I've told him this many times, I'm quite excited for every person in Japan to just comment on how tall he is. It's gonna be a good time.
It's gonna be fucking awful.
They're gonna just be like, your spine is so long, and he's just gonna be like, yep.
I'm going to I'm telling Funk I'm going to introduce him to everyone as Funk.
Can you
Funk's
can you
Funk
ask
Sama.
everybody there what they think of Donkey Kong Country?
I can
So
do
that we can
that.
get the final word on
And
that.
just
How do you
get
say
like a log going.
Spandong in Japanese?
I'm pretty sure it's called Super Donkey Kong in Japan.
It is,
so
yeah.
Super
All
dog. We're gonna be basically a menace to society whilst over there. Like can you just imagine two people on a crowded Tokyo street shouting Sonic Adventure 2 quotes?
I really, really want to molest someone on a train.
Don't get arrested.
No,
They're
I won't
gonna
get arrested.
You know damn well they're gonna get arrested.
You're gonna
I'm not
kicked
gonna get
out of the
arrested.
country.
Or someone's gonna approach him and be like, yeah,
Look, if Japanese guys can pull it off, I can pull it off too.
I mean,
In fact, they'll probably turn around and be like, "Oh, you sexy gaijin, take me now." And well, I mean that's what I think about.
That's the fantasy.
Yeah. But no, that is on my itinerary, Funk. So we have to do that.
We have to ride the all women car.
We do. We have to
There's
like
an
walk in like
all-women car? What?
yes,
yeah, it like
this
during
is a thing.
during
Seriously.
certain like during business hours, I guess. They have a women only car on trains because train molestation and stuff.
I think Funk
So-
can get on there pretty easy.
Yeah, I've been confused for a woman many times in my life, and now I can put it to good use.
But no, we'll walk on there like all clueless and shit, and then we'll rape everyone.
I mean, what can they do about it, right?
Right? I mean, they're stuck on the car,
the perfect crime.
and plus they're so little. It's like
They're gonna use
Let it
this
be known-
podcast as
Let
evidence
it be
against you
known
someday.
that fuck use your full name at the start of this podcast.
Real talk. I have this nightmare scenario where I go to apply for a visa, and it's at the Japanese embassy in New York, and it's like there's this meeting with the guy, the Japanese guy, and I walk in and I sit down, and he just pulls out like a folder. It's like, Mr. Monks, can you explain this quote to me?
Here's your entire internet history.
And then he opens the folder and reads, "Fuck the Japanese. They kill our whales and slant our eyes."
You did say that. You can't own whales, man.
I have that dream every night. And one day it will come to pass.
Good luck in Japan.
I mean, it sounds like a
Thanks.
little bit of a time.
Wow. Wow.
Oh,
Cool.
guys, we completely forgot. We glossed over this. The new Fire Emblem If.
Oh yeah.
If what?
What
Like an
side
if-then
will you
statement?
guys be taking? Nor or Hoshido?
I want to ally with the Norse faction.
Nor. And Steve is siding with Nor for shallow reasons.
Because they're named after Kenny.
No, because
Please.
Nor has the
Oh.
biggest boobs ratio.
Ew.
I love the big boob ratio.
I mean,
Nobody wants the big boob ratio.
Who the fuck is Nor?
you are.
No, I'm not.
You're Norse.
Like the mythology.
Yes.
Yeah.
The god of destruction.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Shellblade.
Yes,
Anyway.
I am too. I'm just a really glad person.
Yeah, well, so I have been pretty, I don't know, I've been pretty starved to go to Japan. It's been on my mind a lot. I'm pretty excited for it. But DL actually was able to get a sneak preview of Japanese media recently, I believe 2 weeks ago, perhaps a week ago.
Where is
He
this going?
attended the prestigious event in Boston, known as Anime Boston.
Oh, I was wondering
Yeah, me
where this
too.
was going.
I forgot
That
that
was-
was on the list.
That was last weekend. That was a week ago.
All right, well,
So,
it certainly seemed like an interesting event. I'm curious if you'd be able to give us a rundown of it, your experiences of any.
I will give you a walkthrough of what I did.
A let's play.
A let us play.
All right.
So this is my 7th year, I believe, going to this convention. After 7 years, you've kind of seen everything you would ever want to see. So it's really strange. I spent the entire weekend drinking Bacardi 151 straight from the bottle.
How much percentage alcohol is Bacardi 151?
I want to say nearly 80%.
Oh.
So, yeah, I was drinking that straight from the bottle. Well, I mean, what we did was we had a hotel room, like right next to the convention center. So we'd go up to the room, get hammered, and then go back down to the convention. And there were 6 of us, I believe. And what I would do was walk around really drunk and tell everyone that anime was shit. I would just walk around and just give people the worst shit. Like, anytime I saw a Kuroko's basketball cosplayer, I'd be like, wow, I really love Space Jam.
Tell them about your friend's name tag.
Oh, my friend, so when you go register, you have to get a badge that says your name on it. And being a convention, they let you have an autistic nickname, if you would like, like if you're cosplaying, if you're one of those people. So they ask you to write it down, and they read it, and they type it up and give you your badge. So as we're registering for it, I get my badge, walk out, and my friend walks out, and he's like, "Yo, look what I got." And I look at his badge, and it says, "All anime is trash." So he kind of pinned it to the breast pocket of his shirt and walked around like that, and you can imagine people got pretty irate at it.
Did they really?
Oh yeah, but I can't imagine why they were thinking that someone who genuinely hated anime would spend $60 just to walk into a convention to tell people that. But it was pretty hilarious. So yeah, so we got really, really, really smashed, and the first night of the convention, I was particularly drunk, and went down and bought over $100 worth of trap doujinshi, which is sitting on my bed.
Did you leave it? Did you strew it around the house for when prospective buyers are coming by?
Yes. Well, I mean, no, it's all over my bed, but when they walk in, they can see it.
Right. That was a good purchase.
I woke up the next day and I was like, why the fuck did I buy all of this? I mean, not that I don't enjoy it. It's just like, was it really worth it? But then I got drunk again and forgot about it.
That's usually how it goes.
I did also get laid, which was nice.
Oh, good, man.
Yeah, and
Did she have abnormal hair color?
not this time.
You're asking DL, not Funk.
Not this time. She's probably the kind of girl Funk would go for, actually.
I can't tell if you're insulting me or
I
her.
mean, take it as a compliment.
I mean, I'm sure there's an insult in there somewhere for all of us, but
An insult for all of us. That's the new name of this podcast.
I'm trying to think if anything else happened. I apparently. Nah, never mind. I'm not saying this on a podcast.
No, that's all right. I only used your real name. What?
No, I'm not going there.
Make something up. They
I'm
won't know.
sending this to your
Use
mom.
false names.
No, I can't because I can't say it. I'll tell you guys later.
Okay.
All right. Go to this time code for later. But you had a good time.
It was enjoyable.
Did you see any decent cosplay? I mean, I know American cosplayers, LOL, but
I mean, there's always surprisingly a good amount of like decent cosplay, mostly by women.
I will once again plant my flag on this. Cosplay.
Topple it.
People who cosplay are the fucking worst.
Please kill yourself. Please just end your
we've
life.
shown you those Sankaku posts of all those great cosplayers.
I don't care.
Can we put another time code that leads to the suicide prevention hotline?
There is nothing more fun than going to a convention cosplaying. I guarantee you.
If you agree with DL or his words in general, please feel free to call 1-800-273-8255. That is the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. That they can help.
Listen, you can't meme your way out of this one. All right. You go and you have a good time and it's fun. And hot women cosplaying is okay.
I'm not going on about like whether or not it's visually appealing. I'm just saying the type of people who cosplay. Imagine a Venn diagram.
No, here's the thing. The type of people who like anime, the type of people who like this fucking medium tend to be like that.
Yeah. Yes.
And?
That's it.
I thought it was leading somewhere.
No, I mean just that there's no like correlation like cosplay equals bad person. It's just like if you like anime, you're a bad person.
I'm not denying that statement, but there are degrees of bad person.
If you want to hear bad people talking about anime, please listen to our other podcast.
Time code here.
Have you ever cosplayed?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm sure I have at some point.
Does wearing a horse mask count as cosplay?
Does that count? Well, I mean, I would say it counts because people wanted pictures with us. So.
What about a zebra mask?
You say zebra? Is that what they say it in Canada?
That's the joke.
Oh.
It's funny to pronounce things weird, huh?
It's a
guys?
long. Shut the fuck up. It's a long story.
It's a long face.
For you.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway.
So I don't know. Anime's great. It's one of many great exports.
Anime's great. People who like anime are bad. That's the conclusion we've reached.
I mean, that's the moral of the story, right?
It's pretty true, though. It's pretty true.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's my moral duty. If you're like me and you like anime, please call 1-800-273-8255, and you'll make it through tonight. But like I was gonna say, anime is good, but it's only one of many great exports from Japan. Another one that a number of us have been enjoying recently is Sony's PlayStation 4. Myself, Steve,
Did
and...
you import that from Japan?
What?
Did you import that from Japan? Because
No, well, I mean, it's not a Japanese PS4. Oh, God. Steve and I have acquired that system recently. Kenny's had it for a while.
And barely used it.
Yeah, and barely used it. But you know, I'm pretty happy with the system. Steve, how do you feel about this?
I actually surprisingly really like it. Like, this is the first Sony console I've ever bought, and I think it's the first one that's ever worth owning. Even if there's a bit of like shallowness in terms of the games available, but
Well, you did buy Dead or Alive.
I did, but it's fucking awesome. So shut the fuck up. I bought a PS4 now because it was on sale and I was gonna need one this fall when the actual games come out. So.
Like
Senran
what?
Kagura.
Like Senran Kagura, like No Man's Sky, and Star Wars Battlefront. So.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you back up a minute? Did you just say the PS3 wasn't worth owning?
I mean, it did have the greatest system seller of all time, PlayStation Home. I guess if you like your weeb games, and I do like weeb games.
You do.
They didn't
do.
come out until like the end of the life cycle when they started actually localizing that shit.
Oh, I'll be over here enjoying Steins Gate in a month.
Hey, I can play that on fucking PC.
Yeah, but you can't play it on a PS3 on PC. So.
What does that
Right.
mean?
It's all right.
If I wanted to play them, I could just buy a PlayStation TV. It's much cheaper. So there you go.
You know what? I guess you're right. I have been bested.
Yeah, you're not a best.
No, but the PS4 is pretty great.
It is.
The fucking DualShock 4 is like 1,000,000 times better than any controller they've ever had.
It's one of my favorite gaming controllers I've ever used.
Even if they still have the left joystick in the wrong position and the D-pad's not as good as the other ones.
It's a comfy controller.
It's pretty comfy, but it's
So
still decidedly in third place in terms of controllers.
I don't know what you're putting above it, but if one of those is the GameCube controller...
I mean, as in terms of this generation. Well, yeah, the Xbox controllers are better, and the Wii U controllers are better. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the tablet.
I think the tablet is super comfy.
It's really large. It's really plastic.
But like for something so large, it's relatively light and it's comfy to hold.
It's surprisingly ergonomic. It's nice.
I don't like the materials made out of. Like, my hands kind of smudge it, and I always feel like I'm getting the thing dirty. And it's like,
Maybe you should like clean your hands.
Stop eating Chinese food and playing Wii U at the same time.
Yes, I'm just dipping my hand in the General Tso's chicken and then rubbing the screen.
Pass the controller, bro.
So, Steve, I mentioned DOA. What games have you been playing on your Sony PlayStation 4 console? Available now for $3.99.
It's just DOA 5 at the moment.
I too only have one game.
Yeah.
I've been playing Bloodborne. And
DL's been waiting all night to hear you talk about Bloodborne.
I don't understand why you're so resistant to Bloodborne.
It is a meme game.
It's not
a meme game.
Meme souls.
Not a meme game.
I mean, you play it.
I always got you there.
Wow, eat shit. I'm just gonna take a second to soapbox here. Bloodborne is so good. It's probably better than Dark Souls. Not as good as Demon Souls, but it's a great game, and I really enjoyed my time with it. Even if I apparently beat it only because of a fucking glitch.
Did you really
What?
experience that glitch?
Yeah, so if anybody who hasn't heard, when Bloodborne, at least now, it might have been patched. If you leave the game running for long periods of time, a memory leak, apparently, with the system causes the bosses to not use their entire moveset. So the last two bosses of the game, when I played against them, I had them both locked in like this a very rote one move cycle, and I just beat them both on my first try without any issue. And I just thought that, well, I didn't think I was badass, but I was kind of badass. And I just find out it's just because of glitch. So I'm like, ugh, I didn't actually beat it. So now I'm not even like a man.
Not yet.
No, 1-800-273-8235.
Kenny,
What?
so you've had the PS4 for a while, so what are your impressions of it?
Meh.
Really?
That's
Do
all I
you
got.
prefer your Xbone?
I don't really prefer either system, honestly. I mean,
Kenny, are you too old for video games now?
I'm older than
actually, no, I don't know. I just don't really play games that often anymore.
Kenny. Well, I mean,
Like us to get you a Wii U.
I'm not buying another fucking console.
Would
You'll
you
have
like us
fun.
to get you a 3DS?
No.
Kenny, if
Would
we
you
get
like
you a
us to
system, you're
get
not
you a PS Vita?
Do they even sell those anymore?
buying.
Would you
Kenny,
like
why
us
don't
to
you
get
like weeb games?
Weed games? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, Kenny, for someone who's really into anime, you really have quite pedestrian tastes in games.
What's that supposed to mean?
What do you think it means?
he got like he didn't grow up with anime.
I didn't either.
Sonic.
He was the kind of person like fucking anime sucks and go play Halo.
None of us
Yeah.
grew up with anime.
I did.
I mean,
I was
I-
there.
Technically did, but like
I-
was there.
I ended up
I mean-
being the least weeby out of anybody here.
I mean,
Like I
DL,
watched fucking Sailor Moon when it first aired. I watched the original dub of Dragon Ball.
Yeah, but that doesn't really count, does it?
That's like the first anime that really like aired on fucking TV.
Yeah, but that's not what we watch now.
Well, no, but I mean there was no internet back then. Not much of one, anyways. If you wanted your fucking fan subbed anime, you had to order like VHS tapes from some bootleg guy off the street.
Those were the days. Those were the days before fucking casuals.
That's what you did, Steve?
No, I never did that, but I mean that's how it was done back in those days.
Then, okay, well, whatever.
Those days.
No, but like these,
Yeah.
like the games for these consoles, like it's just been nothing but like disappointment. Titanfall was just okay. Freaking the Master Chief Collection was just a total fucking disaster.
Well,
I mean-
maybe if you tried games that weren't shooters in first person.
That's
I
what
mean,
I
Mortal
liked, Funk.
Kombat comes out in like 2 days. You want to play that together? I'm getting it.
What are you getting?
Well, I mean, my stepbrother bought it because it's technically his console, but I'm gonna be playing it.
Mortal
What?
Kombat.
Mortal Kombat X
Oh.
comes out.
It's just like what Steve's trying to do. Is just like, Kenny, want to play DOA 5?
See, I know, but you just have this thing against fighting games. You just get so mad at them, I guess. But I mean, I know you'll get fucking Senran Kagura when it comes out, and you'll enjoy that.
I fucking played DOA 4, broke a controller over it because it was such bullshit.
DOA 5
It's-
is not DOA 4, Kenny.
They've really improved, the depth of the combat.
The physics engine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the physics engine. You mean
Plus,
how their
DOA 4 doesn't have the best character in the franchise.
how their boobs and butt jiggle.
You're right.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Is there anything more that you need?
Yeah.
It might as well not even be a fucking fighting game.
But it's actually a really good fighting game.
I mean,
What does that even mean? That phrase holds no bearing to anybody.
Steve. To be fair, the all we really
What
need
do you
was
even
like a
know
series
about
of-
fighting games?
I know enough.
No, you don't.
I know a good
Just
one when
call
I play one.
I'm a good fighter.
I don't understand. I like Steve. I don't understand how like the sharing concept of like how I can play that game with you.
I don't ask me to explain the technicalities of how it works. I just know that if two people have PlayStation Plus, like you can basically send someone that game so they can play it by themselves, or that you can have them play it with you. Like,
Yeah, that's gonna take like 2 fucking days to download.
no,
and
you
install.
don't download it.
How-
I don't know how it
What?
works, Kenny. It just works. Like, that's why I say we'll have to try it someday. But you can totally share the game and play the game as if like someone was sitting next to you on the couch.
It's quite the revolutionary feature. The PlayStation 4 by Sony has so many features like this that make it the best home console around. Go to this link in the description to purchase your own PlayStation 4.
When did you get hired by Sony's marketing team?
Look, I'm
This
marketing so much
podcast is gonna
things.
be taken off YouTube for copyright infringement.
Anyway,
Do you know what an advertisement is, Kenny?
No, I don't.
Why'd you say it like that?
Funk does that. He takes normal words and says them weird.
What did I say incorrectly?
You just said advertisement.
What do you say?
It's advertisement.
No,
It's
it's advertisement.
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 Advertisement. Advertisement.
Shut up, Canada.
How did Funk say it?
Advertisement.
Okay, how did you say it?
No, he said advertisement. He said advertisement.
So you just put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Yes.
All right. You're terrible. That is exactly how it's said. I'm not even joking. We fool around a lot on this podcast, but serious time is pronounced advertisement.
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 Best Buy.
Advertisement. It's advertisement. Advertisement.
Advertisement.
Advertisement.
I can't believe this is happening right now.
Are we winding down, Funk?
Well, so imagine you're walking down the street, perhaps in your local park. Maybe you have a fly honey on your arm, and there's just like a flock of pigeons.
Fly honey.
A flock of pigeons just in the middle of the road that you're walking, and they all just start squawking, and they're all like, advertisement, advertisement. A chorus of people saying advertisement.
A chorus.
No, Mule. No, Mule. No,
Get out.
Mule. But we actually do have some other things left to talk about. Who here is familiar, and feel free to raise your hands, I won't see it, but you can do it, with the Dragon Ball Z saga? Alright, you all
That's
raised
the
your
one
hands.
Fuck
where they
is
say
Dragon
in the
Ball
name of
Z?
the moon.
What?
It's like the one where they say in the name of the moon, I'll punish you. And
Yeah.
then like
that's the one.
No,
It's
you're,
like
You're thinking
you're
one person's
thinking
like
Crayon Shinchan.
when the person's like a plant that has like a gun arm in a desert in a western, and like
That's
they play
Mexico.
card games.
Wait, quick, do the Kuwabara voice.
No, for the love of
You're
God,
on a
I
podcast.
haven't done the voice in a while, and I'm gonna fuck it up, and it's gonna be recorded.
Can you do more Digimon voices then? Speaking of Digimon voices, I have a funny story that I told DL. I think. Mule,
All right,
you'll
this-
find this interesting.
No spoilers.
I was watching the dub of Fate Zero.
Why?
Oh.
Why would you do that?
I told you it was on Netflix. I
You-
needed
you-
something to watch in the background, so I just put on the Fate Zero
You-
dub.
Is this
need
why
to-
you watch House
no,
of Cards?
Steve, you need to go now.
So I get to
Seriously.
the end of the dub of Fate Zero, and they introduce young Shiro, and his voice is exactly the same as Izzy from Digimon, and I lost my shit.
Ha ha! Prodigious.
Was it the same guy?
It was the same person, yes. I think it's a woman, but
It's a woman, yes.
Oh God.
it's just
Great.
one of those things where it's like, voice actor only has one voice, and you hear it everywhere. Like the guy who does Brock from Pokemon uses the Brock voice everywhere.
For Kaiba.
Anyways, that was my little story.
I'm
Go
glad-
on with your Dragon Ball Z segue.
No, I mean, I was going to segue into the Dragon Ball Gold Frieza Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan thing, but does anybody care?
Well,
Blue.
I'm excited about the movie.
Blue
Is this a
hair.
movie?
I
Is
think Gold Frieza looks dumb, and Super Saiyan God Goku looks dumb.
But Dragon Ball Z is dumb.
Can
yeah,
you say
but I
that?
mean, like, even in terms of Dragon Ball Z, it's like we're really running low on ideas here, guys.
Shouldn't we have saved this for the anime podcast?
Are you saying that Dragon Ball Z is an anime?
An anime.
Never mind.
Kenny, I'm not fond of duck meat.
This is a level beyond the Super Saiyan.
Tishy.
Okay, so why does he have blue hair? What's the reasoning behind the blue hair?
Because
Goku
blue's the
does
best
not
color.
have blue hair.
What was that, Shellblade?
Hair is not blue.
Why does that make him powerful though?
They're running out of colors. They already reused Kaioken's color.
Dragon Boom.
Is that some kind of joke?
Yeah, Goku's hair is not blue.
Oh.
The blue hair bandit.
God.
Shellblade's been over here trying to make that joke for the past like 30 seconds, and no one's acknowledged it. So he had to go harder.
Jesus Christ. Oh, God.
Our resident Christorian should have picked up on that.
Look, I am not in Christorian mode. I am in host mode.
Wait, you have modes?
I only communicate in rough segues and odd tones of voice. I'm not an active person right now. I'm more of an entity.
Advertisement.
Best
Advertisement.
Advertisement.
Is that what you advertise meant to say?
Fuck me.
Don't laugh at that. That was not funny.
Huh.
Well, that seems to be all we have to say about Dragon Ball, which is roughly nothing, because it's fucking Dragon Ball. Because who cares? But I did want to wrap up this episode of the podcast, seeing as this is the April podcast. And this is like
here we go.
probably the only one that we're going to do in this month. I was curious if you guys could give me a rundown of like favorite top 10 lies that you guys have told this month. Your guys' top 10 lies in April.
Kenny?
I swear to God, if I ever meet you, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Both of you.
Who's both? There's like 6 people.
You and DL. I don't care how
What did
fucking
I
tall
do?
he is.
You guys are the ringleaders. I'm not part of this. Kenny,
did
we're
I
still
do?
friends.
I swear to fucking God.
Kenny, it's okay. I'll make it.
No, it's
I'll
not.
make it
You
better.
keep going on about this fucking shit.
No, Kenny, if it really bothers you, and I'm really sorry, but if it really bothers you, you can call 1-800-273-8255, and they'll help you.
Kenny. Kenny, you're my friend.
That was the number 10 lie in April, told by Steve.
God damn it! I was being serious.
Kenny, you're my friend too. In April.
Kenny, you're also my friend.
I think you're gonna really push him over the edge, Mule.
It's okay. He has the tools he needs to come back. But I will post it in the chat in
Do you
case
ever notice at the end of every podcast we just give Kenny the most shit?
It's because Kenny doesn't give us anything for the rest of the podcast. We have to.
Does that happen often? I don't think we shit on Kenny very, very much.
Kenny's
No.
just so moe.
Kenny is moe.
He has attributes.
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 The word's actually pronounced differently depending on how you're using it.
God damn it, fuck.
Element
Like,
what?
It depends on if let's say that you're attributing the strength of an advertisement to its attributes because it is quite catchy and whatnot. So,
You're
depends on how
exceeding the opportunity cost of this joke.
Steve, that phrase doesn't make any sense.
I know.
So,
Are we done?
given that we've now wasted a good amount of everybody's time, I do think it is a good time to start wrapping it up here.
Hold on, one more thing.
Oh God.
I would like our audience to maybe take a moment to try and come up with what they think Kenny looks like, given that he's essentially the mascot of the podcast. And to
No,
send
I
them
have something better to talk about. Like actual something to throw out here.
What, like words?
No, like I want to give Funk a shout out for his SoundCloud and the great music he makes, which
Oh,
I
yes.
will actually link to it in the description if people want to listen to it. And I may use a piece
No,
of
I think
music.
you actually genuinely should, with caps, saying Listen to this.
Well,
Get a load of this.
Kenny's trying to get me.
No, I'm not trying to get you.
I may or may not use a song or two on the podcast for the intro and outro. We will see.
I assure you, I did not instigate this. Steve's actually being kind.
I'm actually being genuine, yes.
I mean, you do make
Well,
good
thank
music.
you, Steve.
I was actually really hoping you'd use the He-Man theme, but okay.
What is with He-Man?
Yeah. Do you want to fuck He-Man?
That
No,
was gonna be
I mean,
my follow-up question.
I mean, he's a handsome guy, but no.
Can you
I just think it would be great for an introduction for
Can
a
you
podcast
shout-
to open up with da 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 da
Shellblade, I want you to shout by the power of Grayskull. Alternatively, you can do a Skeletor impression, but you have to do one of these two.
By the power of Grayskull, I have the power!
That was great. That was everything I hoped it would be. Now, Steve, I want you to do it.
No, this is over.
Oh. This is over.
I don't even like He-Man. This is over.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I hate
They're
you.
making a He-Man movie?
They're making a movie about everything.
Yeah, they should stop making movies.
You know what was a movie?
What?
Spaceballs. That was a movie.
They're making a sequel to Spaceballs too.
Oh, that's terrible.
Bullshit.
They actually are.
The Quest for More Money?
Yes, they're making it.
You remember that? You remember the animated series?
Yeah.
That was garbage. That was hot garbage.
Do you guys... You know what movie... You know what's a movie? Schindler's List, which...
Oh my god, that is a movie!
No,
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
So, Schindler's List didn't deny the Holocaust, but a number of other people do.
Podcast over.
Exactly just what is it that you want, Dr. Eggman?
Well, let's just get down to business then, shall we, Mr. President?
Otherwise.
I feel some strange energy. You won't be so lucky.
Outer space? Keep your voice down.
Mr. President, reports show that since the incident 3 hours ago, the country is in turmoil.
This time I'll let you go.
Mr. President, this is a national crisis.
Spare me the details.
Looks like he bailed.